Peace, world. Welcome to another Substantial Weekly. My name is Substantial. If it's your first time to the channel, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, all that good stuff, so you can get more updates on content, so on and so forth. To all the regulars, man, y'all know what it is. Make sure you say peace in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from, all that good stuff. I am broadcasting live from New Rochelle right now. Man, shout out to the homie Adrian, who let me use her spot to go live and give you guys some updates. So sorry if the connection isn't what it usually is, you know, definitely making do and doing this on the fly. So sorry for any freeze ups and all that good stuff. But definitely had a lot going on, so I wanted to update you guys, and we'll get into it in a moment. But yeah, man, shout out to folks in the chat already. Steph, I see you. What's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you that you're in NY too. We're in a different part of New York right now. But yeah, man. And shout out to Joshua McGee as well. So, man, so much to get into. Like, I'm going to try to keep it brief. I always say I'm going to try to keep it brief, and then we end up running like an hour plus. But I mean what I say when I say it, and then, you know, things happen. So yeah, man, just let me know how the connection's running. If there's anything I need to do on my end to make it a little tighter for y'all, just let me know, and I'll do the best I can to accommodate. You know what I mean? And we'll jump into Q&A in a bit. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all as always for tuning in. So real quick, oh man, so many things to start with. First and foremost, man, there are a lot of events coming up in June. Well, not June. There's one event coming up in June that I'm going to talk about in a second. And then we have several events happening in July. So I'm going to keep you all posted on that. And I'm got some updates with the organization Next Level. For those who don't know, I'm a U.S. ambassador of hip hop for the State Department, and I have been since 2020 is when they selected me. Originally, I was supposed to be Team Haiti. Was supposed to be sent to Haiti to do my thing and teach classes to young people in Haiti on MCing and stuff. And so I recently got an update with that. So basically, because of the stuff that's been happening in Haiti, it looks like I'll no longer be going to Haiti, but I'll find out what country they're going to be sending me to in upcoming weeks, hopefully within the next 2 months. So when I get some information that's concrete, I'll update you all and let you know. I'm still a part of the program. It's still moving forward. They're just going to be sending me somewhere else. So yeah, man. So that's one quick update. You know, which isn't saying a whole lot because I only got so much info, but it's still exciting regardless. It's a huge honor to be doing something like that, and yeah, man. We'll see where it takes me. You know what I mean? Literally. So, yo, again, let me know in the chat if the connection is at all choppy, because it looks kind of choppy on my end, but I can't tell what it's like for y'all unless you let me know in the comments. But regardless, we're gonna keep pushing on. Real quick, just to give y'all an update on merchandise before we get back to events. So today is Bandcamp Friday, but this Bandcamp Friday is a bit different. Usually it's the first Friday of the month, but they switched it up because this upcoming this weekend is Juneteenth, and for those who don't know what Juneteenth is, it's now. Okay, cool. Sorry about the video. I'll do the best I can with what we're working with. But anyway, let's get this on the screen. So, as I was saying, it's Bandcamp Friday, and for this Bandcamp Friday is acknowledging Juneteenth. And for those who don't know what Juneteenth is now a national holiday, but it celebrates. It's kind of like African Americans' true Independence Day, or like a day of freedom for African Americans, because if you know the history of this country. African Americans were declared free in 1863, but however, news didn't reach the last African Americans who were being held in slavery until 1865. So Juneteenth acknowledges that, celebrates that, and recognizes that, and it's an opportunity to educate others about the history of this country and what some of our ancestors had to experience here. And so what Bandcamp has been doing for the last 3 years now is during this weekend, they basically donate their cut of any sales that come from people purchasing music on their site. They donate those to the NAACP National Defense Fund, and that helps people in the African American community. A lot of times there's a lot of different injustices that goes on, and a lot of families don't always have the support or the finances to be able to fight to defend their loved ones. And so the NAACP Defense Fund sometimes steps in and helps families with that, amongst other things. And so shout out to Bandcamp for even acknowledging Juneteenth, but more importantly, actually doing something other than saying, here's a bunch of sales, here's some money that we can put toward a really good cause in support of that. Because there are a lot of folks who love Black culture and don't necessarily love to support Black people. And so shout out to Bandcamp for actually acknowledging not just the holiday, but putting their money where their mouth is. So salute to Bandcamp. So I say all that to say that if you are considering purchasing any merch from my Bandcamp page this weekend, just know that part of that money will be going to the NAACP National Defense Fund. So again, salute to Bandcamp. Shout out to y'all for supporting if you can. And let's say that you don't have the money to buy any merch today. That's okay. If you go stream What I've Been Saying, or the song A Requiem for All Black Lives. If you stream either one of those songs, part of the money goes to that organization as well. So, and that happens all the time, not just when Juneteenth comes. So yeah, man, that's what's going on with that. But before we dip, I will show you a few new items they're new to my Bandcamp channel, but they're not necessarily new. And then there is one item that is new on my Bandcamp that's only available for people who are supporters, which means you pay $5 a month just to show support to me on a regular basis, which allows you to get free downloads of all the digital music I put there. So real quick, let me share this page, which is so you can see it. And you'll see all the newness that's on there, or the somewhat newness, and and the things that you may already recognize. So One of the things that's been added to my channel, for those of you who don't follow the Bob Alloy channel, and I don't know why, but I'm not judging. I'm just letting you know that it's now here. The R&R CD, the remixes and revision CD that Marcus D and I dropped back in 2011 into 2012 is now available on my Bandcamp site as well, as the 10th anniversary limited edition double LP of our first album is also available on my channel, and something that's exclusively available on my channel, and it's only 2 copies, but I have 2 test pressings that I'll sign and ship out to you if you become a sub-porter, which is basically contributing $5 a month to my Bandcamp channel, and then you get to purchase it. It says $50, but it's actually slightly less than that, because all sub-porters, all people who contribute to my channel on a regular basis, get discounts. I believe it's 20% off. So that page is substantial.bandcamp .com/merch, which you should see right here below and also in the chat. Hey, peace, Roger. What's going on? Peace, God. How you feeling? All right, man. Thanks for joining me. All right, so those are a couple quick updates. And peace. What's going on, Vincent Banks? Thanks for tuning in. Hey, that's my man. That's DJ Rockman. Peace, Rockman. Good to see you up in here, family. Yeah, man, so those are a couple quick updates. Just wanted to let y'all know most of that stuff that has been added to Bandcamp today is really in low supply. I don't have a lot of copies of that stuff, so the sooner you act, the highly likely you are to secure it. There's other stuff that I didn't mention, like the Garden CD. I think I only have like 3 copies of that left, and maybe only 2 of them are available on the site. So if y'all are interested in that, definitely cop that if you can. Let's see, let me try to adjust something on my end to see if the connection flows a bit better for the video portion. I'm gonna see what I can do. But yeah, man, so we're gonna get into event updates in a second. Just bear with me. A lot of cool stuff to share on the event side of things, man. Hold on. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, that didn't really make a difference. I tried to adjust something to make the video flow smoother, but it really doesn't seem to be helping. So on that note, let me just switch to the next thing. All right, and per usual, if you got questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat. I'll try to get to them after we finish this, finish these event updates. So I already mentioned, Bandcamp, and I don't think I showed you the merch, but let me show it to you real quick before we go. So yeah, so again, the first 3 things that you see on the merch page, those are the new items I just mentioned. So again, the link is in the chat. So let's keep it moving so you can get into the next one. So upcoming events, we have a couple quick things that I wanted to point out to y'all before I go. And I'm going to put that up here nowish. So first things first, next week, wow, it's coming up really soon. So next week, there is a panel that not a panel, pardon me, there's a workshop coming up called Creating Passive Income. That's going to be at Creative Suitland. That's basically being put on by Substantial Art and Music in conjunction with Creative Suitland. So for those of you who may be interested, want to come through, if you're based in the DMV, you want to get some good information, learn about different ways you can create passive income as a creative, definitely come out and support that event. There's going to be a lot of great information. In a second, I'll throw a link where you can register, but you don't want to miss out on the opportunity. Even if you yourself can't make it, if you know anybody personally who could benefit from the information, I would highly suggest that you at least be kind enough to kind of pass that information to them. If they can't make it and you can't make it, if you haven't subscribed to Substantial Art and Music's YouTube channel. You should probably do that because we've put up past presentations that we've done talking about this subject and others, so that people can have access to this information. So that way, you know, it's hard out here for a lot of folks, and we do what we can to support our fellow creatives and try to make sure they have really good, they have good access to quality information that can maybe help put in a few extra dollars in their pocket and help their careers long term. So, you know, we do what we can to support our creative entrepreneur community. And, you know, this is definitely a good opportunity for those who are trying to constantly build on their craft and learn more about the business. If you got any questions about that, definitely let me know. And the link, I had it and it disappeared, but it should be popping up in a second, and then I will make sure that I get that to you. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 sec. All right. I think I have the link here. Got it. All right, so I'm gonna drop that in the chat in a second. Definitely connection is lagging a little bit on my end, so I apologize. But real quick, let me check the chat because I see it popping off. Hey, Roger, man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, yo. Thank you for the support. CM Lugo, peace, fam. Good to see you up in here. All right. Always repping, man. I appreciate the love. That's crazy. Yeah, that's awesome. So, wow, man. So Joshua's daughter's turning 8. That's amazing. That's amazing. Congrats, man. How did you manage all this sass I get every day? It's hilarious. Man, listen, you know, I was just talking literally a few minutes before I went on live. I was just talking about how, even though, you know, people say all the time how challenging it is, like, having girls, but, like, I mean, you know, I have one teenager and then I have a 4-year-old. I have a 13-year-old and a 4-year-old. And I would say, honestly, man, like, you know, I mean, obviously I got a lot more years to experience, but I mean, man, I feel like I'm blessed, man. You know, as somebody who's worked in education for over 20 years, I feel like sometimes the boys, behavior-wise, and other things were a bit more challenging. And there's certain experiences, of course, they both have some of the same experiences, and then there are different experiences that they had. And I feel like working in education better prepared me for raising daughters. So while it's been challenging in some ways, I don't feel like it's been harder than it would have been raising boys. I feel like there's some stresses that I experiences working with young men in the school system, especially working with at-risk youth, that I definitely don't have to deal with or have those same experiences raising young girls. And it's also, I got to be real about it, you know, my daughters are being raised up in a different type of home with they don't have some of the same financial challenges that some of the young people that I've served over the years have had, which was very similar to my upbringing. So yeah, man, I mean, I feel like any challenges that I face, they're minor in comparison to what I know I could be experiencing based on what it was like working in the school system. So that's my assessment of that, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, so I have the link, at least I believe I do. Should be popping up, man. So as I mentioned, man, this connection here is definitely not it's not like what I'm accustomed to dealing with. So it's a challenge right now, man. I'm trying to get everything to y'all, but certain things I had up on the screen 1 second, I go to refresh and links disappear, and it's real right now. But don't worry, I'll update this video afterwards. I'll put the link in the description. Apologies for the inconvenience right now. So I'm gonna keep it moving for now because I got more info to get to y'all, and I definitely don't want to drag this out too long today. And I appreciate y'all patience for those of you sticking around. Uh, for those of you got a dip, all good, man. There'll be another update in the near future. So up next, this event is coming soon called Sketchpad. So let me tell y'all about this. So Sketchpads is an event that that Substantial Art and Music is putting on. That's my company that I co-own with my wife. And basically what it is it's a live art and music lounge powered by Words, Beats, and Life. Also, Blick Art Materials is one of our sponsors, and the homies Bites and Beats. Shout out to my man IQ are helping to put it together. So yeah, man, it's basically what it is kind of like the live from home I did with Katie Fox, where you have visual artists creating art live, and then you have a producer like playing instrumentals live. So we're basically creating this event to take into different spaces. The first one is coming up. It's going to be at Blerdcon, which is it's the week of July 8th through the 10th. And then we will also be at Otakon. Both of these events are happening in DMV. Blerdcon happens in Arlington, Virginia. And Otakon is going to happen in Washington, D.C. And so dates and specifics about what time and where we'll be in those conventions will be coming up over the next few weeks. So I'll hit y'all with that soon. But we're really excited about that event. The first two guests that we have, I'm going to be the first producer playing at Blerdcon. And then our visual artist guest is going to be my man Julian Lytle, who's he's worked with a lot of different folks. He's written comics for DC Comics. He wrote Swamp Thing. I think their Halloween special that they did not too long ago. He's also worked with Ava DuVernay and her company, I'm consulting them. And he's an amazing visual artist and a fellow Pratt alum. So definitely look out for more details on that. That'll be coming up soon. We're super excited about those events, man, and I think you guys would really enjoy it. So to answer this question that just popped up in the chat, about whether or not I'm going to perform in Seattle anytime soon. So as of right now, I have no confirmed dates in Seattle, but I am looking to put together some West Coast shows, East Coast run, and possibly some Midwest stuff. I'm sorry again if the video's choppy, yo. Making the best of the connection that I got access to right now. But yeah, so we are working on some tour stuff, trying to get all of that solidified. I will definitely keep y'all posted. As I get more details, I'll definitely share with y'all. And but yeah, man, a lot of different events are definitely going down. And there's also a lot of what's it called? Other stuff happening too, man. Like there's so many different events I'm trying to get solidified right now. There's a lot of conflicts that I'm trying to resolve, trying to make smart decisions and do the stuff that makes the most sense. But yeah, man, it's challenging to say the least, man. It's really, really challenging right now trying to make all of this stuff happen because of course, I got to provide. And I'm trying to not make everybody happy, but trying to do what makes the most sense financially too. So I can provide and not dig myself too deep in a hole. And so it's a bit challenging, man, because I can't please everybody, but I'm gonna do my best to get back to Seattle, hopefully before the year's out. And I got some possible dates on the West Coast in Cali, in Southern Cali specifically. Looking like that's going to happen in October, early October. So when that stuff gets solidified, I'll let y'all know. But yeah, man. But before I dip, one of the things I wanted to talk about as well is the fact that it's actually the anniversary, man, of a couple of different projects that I did that came out last year that I'm super proud of, man. And it's crazy that like all of this stuff dropped a year ago, and yeah, man, just between the book that I released and then also the album, a soundtrack for fatherhood. It's yeah, man. It's been really interesting just seeing the response to all of that, and I'm super proud of those projects and just the feedback that I've gotten and what those projects, even though they're a year old, what those projects have meant to different people. It's something special, man, and I'm really proud of those. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit. If y'all got any questions, throw them in the chat, and I'll definitely try to address that. Man, hey, peace, Frank. Good to see you up in here. But yeah, man, I all good. I know I'm late today, so definitely do your thing, and you can come back and watch later if you don't mind. And if you got questions, you can always drop it in the chat, or you can drop it in the comments later, and I'll try to get to it at my earliest convenience. All right. But yeah, so let's bring this up real quick. So again, as I mentioned, last year around this time is when I dropped the book. So, man, for those who don't know, like I don't know how you don't know, but for those who don't know, I dropped my book She Sees that came out around this time last year, and dude, it's the feedback has been great. I actually have an idea for a follow-up book that we're working on. We have no idea when we're going to drop it because it's a lot of work. A lot of work putting the book together, just like putting an album together. And but that is something we're looking into doing. But for those of you who are interested in supporting this book, you can do so by clicking on the link that should pop up in the chat. Or you can just go to subartandmusic.com, and you'll see the Nightbot pop up occasionally with different links for merchandise as well. But yeah, we're thinking about a follow-up to this book, and I recently came up with an idea for a third book too, so that we're considering a few different ideas for the future, man, and I'll definitely keep you posted. All of them are children's books right now. At some point, maybe I'll consider doing a memoir, but as of right now, we're just gonna stick to these children books, keep them with the youth work and all that stuff I've been doing over the years. So definitely, man, proud of that. Shout out to those of you who have supported that. Any of you who got young ones, it's definitely a good investment, man. A great story to share with them. I appreciate all the pictures that people have sent with them reading the book to their young ones, or with their young ones playing or reading the book themselves. So shout out to y'all. And then the other project that was released right along with it, oh man, it's the project was my album, man, a soundtrack for fatherhood. Super it's crazy, man, that it was a year ago when that dropped, but just shout out to all of y'all for supporting that. Shout out to my wife for directing the video. It's gonna load up in a second, but shout out to her for directing the video for the track, Dedicated and Driven. There's also merch and stuff available. For those of you who are looking to cop some dad hats, shirts, all that good stuff, all available on my website. Links in the bio for that if y'all want to support. But yeah, man, more than anything, I'm not going to go through all of the tracks and stuff today. I just want to say thank y'all, man, because it's like there's no shortage of dope stuff out here for y'all to support, but y'all choose to continue supporting me, and I'm eternally grateful, man. So I just really wanted to come on and thank y'all, for the support and kind of let y'all know what's been going on and all of that. Joshua, I appreciate it. Thank you, man. But yeah, just wanted to talk about those briefly and just remind y'all that they exist and they are out here in the world. To answer your question, Roger, no plans for vinyl for that right now. It's something I considered, but you are maybe only the second person to ask me about vinyl for it. And based on that, like, I likely won't do it. If that ever changes, then maybe I'll switch up. But like right now, it's going to be a no because there's not enough demand for it. You know what I mean? And hey, Vincent, man, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Peace. We got my man Blackheart, MCP Blackheart up in here. Shout out to you, fam. But yeah, man. But last thing before I dip, man. Again, happy Juneteenth to everybody. But also, man, salute to my fellow members of the Brotherhood of Fatherhood. Happy Father's Day to all of y'all, man, who are actively being amazing fathers in your children's lives, man. I know it's a job. To me, it's the greatest job anyone could ever have. But I know it's a job that oftentimes, goes unappreciated, and we don't always get the support, that we deserve. And man, I just want to let y'all know I appreciate y'all, and keep fighting the good fight, keep raising up these babies, man. And if no one lets you know that you're appreciated, I understand how difficult your job is, and the fact that you show up every day to do it, or show up as much as you're allowed to be able to show up to do it. Shout out to my co-parents. Yeah, man, just know that I see you, I love you, man, and I know it's difficult, but keep on pushing on, man. These babies need us more than ever. It's definitely it's wild times we live in, and so it's not easy raising a child in these conditions, man, in this world that we're currently living in. And so it's definitely it's one of the most honorable jobs that you could have. And so salute to you, Tommy, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. And listen, as I always say, he said, he mentioned support up in here. I know he's not talking about this, but I am going to plug it because I always do. But it's never mandatory or necessary, but it's always appreciated. For those of you who want to support the channel and just the work that I do in general, and everything I'm doing, there are links in the description of the video for you to do so. For those of you watching on YouTube, I still haven't resolved the issue with YouTube yet to free up monetization of my channel. So they're still holding back money that's owed to me. However, if you do want to support my channel, you can do so via Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. That's always appreciated. Or just buy some merch, man. You know what I mean? That's probably the easiest way to do it. And that's always appreciated. So thank y'all so much. I'm gonna go ahead and dip because, man, it's I feel like watching the video be all choppy on my end. I'm glad the sound sounds good, but definitely seeing the video be all choppy is raising my anxiety. And so I'm gonna get ready to dip. But man, I hope I was able to answer any questions that y'all had. There's gonna be a lot more stuff coming down the pipeline. I believe next week I should be home. I don't think I'm gonna do a live from home this month because I really want to resolve this monetization issue with YouTube before I keep, because I've been just creating all this content lately, and I have a lot of stuff that I haven't posted, and it's largely because I'm not going to be able to monetize it. And so, and I'm not just trying to dip on YouTube because their staff has been great for the most part, like in helping me do a lot of the different things I've been doing. And so shout out to them. However, like on the monetization side with AdSense, it's been trash, fam. It's been really, really bad. And I'm trying to get that resolved so I can keep sharing this content with y'all. But it's already hard enough for artists out here, minus these type of hiccups. And that's like the amount of time that it takes to resolve this stuff. I'm a one-man army most of the time, and I just don't have this time to keep like trying to fight battles to get money that's owed to me. Like, it's stupid. It really should not. And I'm trying not to vent right now and really go in, fam. But it really shouldn't be this difficult for artists to get paid for their creations. And like lately I've been feeling it, man. Like really just like I'm trying to keep creating and stay positive and all of that. But just the way I've been feeling lately, just with certain things I've been dealing with in terms of people just like playing with money, which making it difficult for me to pay the artists who like I support, right? Yeah, that type of stuff gets mentally exhausting and definitely messes with your process when you're trying to create. And yeah, man, so I just know that I appreciate y'all, but I'm definitely looking for a better way to get this content where to you all, so I don't have to jump through so many hoops just to get what's owed to me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. So I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I know. Blackheart. In the past, it's been lifted quicker. It's just really trash because they put my stuff on hold the week they were supposed to pay me. So I already, you know how it is. You budget for certain things, you know that money's coming. And the fact that they chose to hold my money the week that I was going to use my money to pay certain artists and to cover certain expenses. Luckily, you know, there's other sources of income, but a lot of times you have plans for that stuff too, because you're a provider, so you know what it is. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna continue to go down that rabbit hole. I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a great weekend. Stay positive, stay out of trouble, all that good stuff. And I'll catch y'all on the flip side, man. See y'all next week. All right, peace.